In this video, we're installing the latest aftermarket head unit by Dasaita on the 5th generation Toyota Rav4. This is the head unit we're going to install on my 5th generation Toyota Rav4. Mine is a 2020 Rav4 Adventure. We installed one of these of a different format a few years ago, also by Dasaita, and this is their latest version. It is a model G13, which comes with Android 13, a Qualcomm chip processor, and more RAM. So I expect this to have better security updates and more processing power to be a lot more snappier. Although I never had any issues with my current Dasaita that I still use today. Much like the install we did a few years ago for this Dasaita aftermarket head unit, this installation should be very similar, so I would refer you to watch that video in detail if you want detailed instructions on how to connect everything. I do expect this to be a very simple plug and play just like that one. It comes with the head unit, the wire harness that connects to the Rav4, the speakers of the Rav4, and the radio of the Rav4. If you have aftermarket speakers set up, you may be using these or any additional cameras you may have hooked up like I did for the front-facing camera. We have a SIM card slot, we have our GPS navigation antenna, and we have USB ports as well. In this video, my plan is to simply install this head unit and take a first look at the new user interface. I will simply remove this and all the wire harnesses that came with this so I can have a sort of fresh installation process. I will not go in detail of what plugs into where. Please refer to the first video I made on this Dasaita aftermarket head unit. It is very similar, and you can also refer to the user manuals, which is more improved than last time. In a future video, I will have had more time to play with this head unit to provide you a better review and feedback on how usable and compatible this head unit is with the Rav4. And if there are any issues or updates that come about during that time, I'll also share it with you as well. So to do the install, you'll simply need a 10mm bolt removing tool and the prying tool that came with this head unit to remove this back piece. And then I will pull this out, unplug all the cables, and then reconnect it with this. Before you do start, make sure you do unplug your battery. You do not want to end up having any live connections touch the grounding of the Rav4. I have the original Dasaita head unit removed, and this is the newer one, so you can see how it is wider and shorter, maybe not by much. And then the ports on the back are also very, very similar. I see a different GPS port, which is a bit unfortunate because fishing that wire on the A-pillar was not too easy. So it would have been nice if they kept it the same. There's also 2 additional ports on the newer head unit, but I don't think they will be utilized in this install. I got all the wires from the Rav4 connected to the head unit, and the GPS wire I kind of just have it right here, and I'll probably mount it up to the front. We'll see how I want to play with that. I just don't want to go through the process of fishing it through the A-pillar again. I'll go ahead and turn on the vehicle or put it in accessory mode and see how it boots up. So we have 13 multimedia on vehicle navigation system, Android. And this is the new interface that we have. So this is what it looks like when we load it up. We have navigation buttons, music buttons, radio buttons. You have your home icons kind of over here. If you have an Android device, you might know that they're on the bottom. Then you have a lot of the built-in apps which you can install or uninstall. I don't see why you might want Instagram or Facebook on here, but certainly you do what you want. And then YouTube as well. Watch a random video here. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use a simple weather strip to reduce the wind noise inside your cabin. Let's check it out. Yep. This is a so weather strip. It looks like everything works completely fine out of the box. If you have any issues, you may want to play with the settings by going into car and then scroll down to factory settings. The password is 126. It is also in the manual as well. And then in here you can go through kind of the more advanced settings of the Rav4. With the car in accessory mode, I'll put the car in reverse to see if the reverse camera does show up. And it does. I'll put the car back in park, and then we'll see if the front-facing camera also shows up. Remember, the front-facing camera is something I added myself, and sure enough it does. This is the front, and that is the back. So the cameras work. Some other things that you may be interested in this might be the amplifier. So we have equalizers. You can set up a delay if you want. Not too sure what DTS is. Volume, you can adjust how much loudness goes to each section, and then you can also adjust the frequencies that goes to your speakers depending on how you set it up. The vehicle shows fuel info, so this is like your mileage. 270 miles, 79 miles is my range, which is what it is on my RAV4. So this mileage does match my RAV4. If I go back, tire info, this one shows the tire pressures. So maybe it does read it through this app, though this is KPA. May not be useful for most of us. We have the wheel key study, so if you want to study the wheels, I already have it set up with my main buttons on what to do when I click them. If you have an issue with this, meaning you open this app and you cannot communicate with the wheel in this, what you have to do, oops, did not mean to do that. Let me go home. You want to go to the settings, go to car, scroll down to factory settings, 1, 2, 6, and then go to the CAN bus. No, key study. Nope. Go to other. And what I did was steering wheel key assigned. I did CAN key. It came with my RAV4 as SWC key. So when I switched to CAN, I was able to play with it. I don't know what this key study is about. For CAN bus, I have 08 Toyota _Camry and RAV4 simple. This is what it says on the instructions manual to do, so I did not change that. Radio, you'll want to set it to America. Car logo, you can change this to whatever you want. And then this, I don't play with this myself at all. Other than that, I think that's everything to cover on this RAV4. Seems to work completely fine between my cameras, the speakers, the internet, the radio, and a few other unique settings on this that you may want to check out after you install it. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can leave it in the comment section of this video, and myself or maybe the manufacturer will reach out and respond. If I respond, it might be in a future video or a future update on this product. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.